do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, morrismedialive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. It just depends on what hemisphere you're on and what time you're watching this show. Welcome back to another exhibition. I'm telling you, a time to really see, ask, hear, and interact with the show, which is Health from the Inside Out. I'm D Nice, and today I'm going to tell you, I always like to find people. The doctors that have been part of this show have been doctors that have been friends of mine for a while, that I've known their work. I can see their reputation. I know that what they're saying is bankable. I'm knowing what they're doing is solid, true, and according to the handbooks that they have to go by the code of ethics, and by their personality as far as what we call bedside manner. And so today is no different. I got a young man here that is a pharmacist, and I've known him when he was a pharmacist at a major network pharmacy, and he was doing the night shift even. And so many times I'd come in after my parties or whatever, what I was doing, be late at night, and he was there still working it and just doing what I needed to do. But the thing that set me apart, to him apart to me, was one time I had two doctors, and they each prescribed something different along the same symptom. And what was happening was it would have been a reaction later on when I took these medications. And so that being said, he questioned it with me, and did I know that this one here is for this one here, this is here for that one? I had no idea whatsoever. So he got on the line, he cleared it up with the doctor, and the doctor didn't know what the other one was doing either. And so that is rampant in today's society. You know what I'm saying? There are some people that have doctors that are prescribed. They might have 3 or 4 doctors, but they might be getting prescribed different medications for the same ailment. And oftentimes they're not working together, the medications. Then you find out later on that you're damaging your heart, your lungs, or something because these conflicts between these two medications, okay? But normally you'd say, well, isn't it a pharmacist's duty to just take the prescription, fill it, and let me be on my way? Yes. But wouldn't you want to have somebody who looks further past that and wants to save your life? I do, and I did, and that's why I'm glad to present to you with our segment today and going forward with Health from the Inside Out, Dr. Jude. He is one of the greatest cats I know as far as having the perfect personality with bedside manner. He knows what he's doing as far as being a pharmacist, and he also has his own supplements that he puts out together, and he's let me know that, hey, this is what I do. I listen to my patients. I walk through and find out what's going on with them so that I can make sure that they're taking things that are right for them. And so that's why I want to share my joy, share my friend, and share his advice with you today. Welcome once again. If you're turning in right now, welcome to Health from the Inside Out, and welcome, Dr. Jude. Dr. Jude, thanks for being on here with us, man. Appreciate you coming in, man.
Darryl,
and I know that you...
I appreciate you, and it's an honor to share this space with you, this moment with you. It's it's something I dream of. So I'm very, very, very happy to be here.
Right, I appreciate that. There's times, man, over the last few weeks that I was going through some different conflicts that I was going through, and food doesn't always agree with certain people. And so I've called you, man, a couple of times. I called you in the weekend, a couple of times I called you maybe like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and you answered the phone. And you're like, D, what's up with you? Yeah. And I let you know, and you told me, hey, you know what I'm saying, you've got to do this one, because if you get locked into doing things for so long, you know, indigestion is something that is a part of our everyday life. Mm-hmm. And I'm always used to trying to belch things out. And you said, no. After all these years of being trained, that's how you get rid of the things that may give you indigestion.
Correct,
you said, no, there's an opposite side. You've got to settle things.
Exactly.
And so my mind couldn't get around that, wrap into that. But you showed me how to do it. I went the right way. And so now I'm pre-programming my stinking thinking into knowing that this is how I deal with that. And so I appreciate you being the friend that you've been, man, and helped me through that conflict. And I know that you're waiting to help other people too that need your help.
No problem. So I just like I said, it's what I'm focusing on now in my practice is lifestyle. Okay, I want to educate the patient so that they can tweak their lifestyle so that they can get to their health goal. So that is pretty much what I'm preaching now. Okay. Because a lot of times it's like patients are, they are sick, they go to a doctor. I classify this like the red zone. You're sick, okay? So they get the prescription and all that stuff. They're healthy, okay? They get better. But how do you get to that well-being state? How do you maintain it so that you don't fall into that yellow zone? Because once you're in the yellow zone, there's that possibility that you might be in the red zone. So I try to drive patients so that they can achieve that wellness. So that is what I'm preaching. That's my gospel, and I'm so excited, to be involved in it because that's my new drive. That's my new passion. Okay, I've been a pharmacist for about 15 years. Okay, and I've seen all this, the ups and downs of the profession. But that part is missing. The green part is missing, and that's why I named my practice Make a Green. We are making it green. We are going back to the green stage. Okay. So that's my passion, and I'm so glad when I spoke to you about my gospel and what I currently do that you became part of it. So it's a lot of time it's lifestyle. Okay, it's lifestyle. Yeah, cool. So currently I'm here in Los Angeles. Okay. I've been a pharmacist for the past 15 years. I practice here, and I now have the wellness center. Okay, so that's what I'm preaching. So with the wellness center, within this past 15 years, I've been able to build data, meaningful data. Okay. My first passion was the alternative medicine. Okay. Through that, I became a pharmacist, and it was through my mom. Okay.
Wow,
Yeah, she's a healer. So she knows medicinal herbs. So I learned from her.
Wow.
Okay. So she gave me the pathway. Okay. So I have her to thank for what I'm currently involved in.
Right.
Because she gave me that pathway, and I'm so glad. So with the alternative medicine, we can get to that green zone. That's what I'm preaching. And a lot of times, the conventional and the alternative people, almost like there's a struggle.
Yes, of
one
course.
section claims, "Oh, I'm the best," and the other section say, "Hey, you're not the best. You're big pharma and all that stuff." But they can commingle. They can have a healthy blend, and patients are better off with that blend. And that's the blend that I'm trying to bring in. I'm trying to blend the alternative to the conventional. Okay, so that's my gospel. I have built that data, and with that data, I've created a system that is guaranteed. Say over 90%. I know it's almost like hard to say, it's perfect, or maybe this is absolute. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, okay, you have a better chance of getting to that green state if you follow what I preach. I have the data. Over 15 years of building the data. That's what I'm preaching, and I have the information. Okay, I also have that platform to educate. Okay, I also have that platform to provide services. Okay, and also products. Okay, products that you can bank on that has scientific data behind them. Because there's a lot of products out there. Okay, but a lot of times when you test the science behind it, it doesn't add up. Okay, so but what I'm presenting is like, what, I'll choose a product and I'll tell you this product, you can bank on it. Okay, it has that over 50% of success rate. Okay, so I'm like a system. I'm creating that system where you can come to and make better decisions. So I'm so excited, bro. I just can't.
Right.
I have a lot of messages, but gradually we get to the destination. So I'm like a guide. We're on this voyage. We're on this trip. We're on this journey. Okay. So my job is to guide you. Okay. I'm not here to change whatever treatment plan that you have. I'm here to support. almost like a trip to you go to a dentist. You know, you
Right.
have your mom standing right next to you,
Yes.
telling you, it's okay. We're gonna pull that tooth, but you're okay. So I'm here to hold your hands on that journey. So,
Right.
There's no limits to it. I'm here to empower.
Right.
Okay, and also at the same time give you that knowledge that you need with your prescriptions and all that stuff. Tell you how to use it and all that stuff. So it's good. So.
No, I like that because they try to. You're right that continual struggle between the money rounds, which is prescriptions, the big pharma, and those that are the healers per se, which are the ones that come up with let's do it the natural way, the naturalist way. And there was a time when we in America, we as a people, we as a nation were dealing with the agricultural aspect of life, which brought in, the grains, the wheat, the different corns and different vegetables and whatever else. And at that time, before we pilfered the land and stripped it of all of the chemical balances that keep it growing, everybody per se was doing a lot more of your fruits and vegetables versus what they're doing now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because if they wanted nowadays, if you want to get more money as a farmer, then you take your products like the beef and like the pork or whatever and the chicken, and you put them in isolation to where you can boost up the size because they're getting paid by the pound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're getting all these things that just cram them overnight and steroids and chickens and whatever they're doing, and just having them to where you get a chicken now that's a 5-pound chicken, and that never was before, but you got all them steroids and all those impurities inside of that, which it can't do nothing when you cook it. It doesn't take it away. It doesn't diminish what's in there because it's in their DNA.
Yeah.
And so that gets within us and starts dealing with our metabolism and throwing things off. And people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying?
It's I know we almost like everybody's busy.
Yeah.
The 9-to-5 stuff, and everybody has, we all have the dramas we are dealing with on a daily basis. But almost this throws us off from making the right choices. And guess what? Whenever you're tired, you don't make good choices.
Right.
When you're exhausted, when you're hungry, you just want to grab stuff and eat.
True.
Okay, so and what you're grabbing and eating is a lot of times no good for you. Okay, so the journey starts with. I'll give you a quote.
Okay.
Okay, this quote was given to us 100 years ago by a physician. Okay, that quote changed my life. It changed my life health-wise and otherwise. Yeah, it became the basis of what I preach. Okay, I'll give you the quote. The quote is, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food." I'll repeat it again. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. Hippocrates. Okay, I know we've all seen this message almost like in different places, in different formats, but for some reason, I don't know how things happen. I bumped into it and I framed it. And sometimes I look at it and before you know it, boom, it glowed. It made sense. And I started making those modifications. It took me a couple of months and all that stuff, and I said, whoa, this is knowledge. This is knowledge. Food is your medicine.
Okay.
Food is you. Whatever you put into that body, whatever you put into that vessel is you. You want to be a superhuman. You want to be a top athlete, from a regular athlete to a super athlete. Modern day athletes, they spend millions on nutrition. Why? Your nutrition makes you almost invincible. Garbage in, garbage out.
Right.
We all say this all the time. So you pay attention to the food you eat, to the finest detail. You're gonna fly. I'm not literally flying, but it will transform you. The molecules in your body start shifting to benefit you, so that you can attain that peak state. mentally and physically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your food, you got to zero in on it. In whatever you're doing in life,
Mm-hmm.
you got to zero in on it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to perform at your finest,
Mm-hmm.
it's your food. Start taking logs,
Mm-hmm.
okay, on a daily basis. What kind of food you eat, the quantity you eat, the time of the day you eat it,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe the side effects. How it makes you feel. Does it make you strong?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make you weak? Or you feel bloated?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got to start paying attention to it. Take a log, take a chart, write this down.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you collect the data maybe over a span of 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
No, 3 months is maybe almost like pushing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a gradual process.
Mm-hmm.
But you take the log, give it 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you go back and reflect. Then you start identifying, okay, this food is bad food.
Mm-hmm.
This is good food.
Mm-hmm.
Bad food, good food.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to transform you
Mm-hmm.
positively.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the gift I'm given.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is going to be the platform of what we have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, from there we push forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to reveal all the secrets that I have
Right.
on the show.
Right.
But
Not at
trust
this
me,
one time.
trust
Yeah.
me.
Right. Exactly.
We're going to elevate.
Right, right.
So-
Now, this one thing that has been preached to me lately, and
Okay.
you've resounded it. Let the people know how important are the labels on food. But for a long time,
Yeah.
it was conflict there because they were saying that they weren't putting the right ingredients on the labels, and so there was a problem with getting them to really tell us what was inside the food
Okay.
and what chemicals were there. But for those that need to know, or some kind of freeway or highway to get on and start the driving journey, tell us a little about how the importance of labels and what's on those labels can do for us.
You know one thing? It's like a jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what we have out there is like a jungle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to actually, sometimes it is hard to meander, to move through that jungle.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to keep it simple.
Okay.
At this stage. Very simple. Me simplifying it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean I don't want you to, just because I say it's simple, I don't want us to oversimplify it so that we take it for granted.
Right.
Okay, I'll just say anything processed,
Mm-hmm.
push it aside.
Mm.
Think twice before you grab. Anything processed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's almost like a shift.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you go to the store, whatever, always look for, okay, is it processed? Because a lot of stuff on the label,
Mm-hmm.
I know FDA, they're doing their best,
Mm-hmm.
trying to make us healthy, but try to, where we all make this, use this phrase of home cooking and all that
Right.
stuff.
Exactly.
So true.
Mm.
Okay, control what you put in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Be the controller of it. Okay. If you're able to gain that control, things start getting better.
Mm.
But if you allow someone else
Got you.
to have that control, then it's almost
Right.
like a yo-yo.
Right. Right.
Okay,
Right. Mm-hmm.
so I'll say control what goes into this body.
Mhm.
This body is a vessel,
Mm-hmm.
a super vessel,
Right. Mm.
a super vessel. So you got to have control over it. Don't entrust it into someone else's hand.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter how simple it is, the food probably starts with just clear water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so from clear water,
Mhm.
which you know that this is pure water, this is healthy, you drink it.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you want to upgrade that water or put any vegetable into it,
Mm-hmm.
know what you're putting into it. Or if you're trying to cook from that water,
Mm-hmm.
make sure you're controlling what it's in that water.
Mm-hmm.
From zero, then you can make whatever modification. Control it. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's the solution. That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? A lot of time I tell people, whatever is in the refrigerator is you.
Mm-hmm.
So control what's in your refrigerator.
Right. Right.
Okay? So it's it's an interesting arena. So that's just one step
Yeah,
at a
because
time.
you look on it, you got sulfur bronite, you got nitrates. I mean, you got stuff that the average person doesn't even know what it is. Sodium galactoluxalac and all that other stuff is like
It's so
really,
confusing,
so
Darryl.
How do we break through that?
It's so confusing, Darryl.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Almost like simplify, almost like cleansing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And gradually, whatever you put in this body, make sure you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Don't believe what people are telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not trying to be being pessimistic or the, but no, this is the vessel. This is all I got.
Mm-hmm.
This mind is all I got.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to control this mind. Through this mind, I control this body.
Mm-hmm.
This body is mine. This mind, this mind is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's all I got.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and with this, I can,
Mm-hmm.
go places.
Mm-hmm. So how do we decipher through all these heavy names that are on these ingredients to figure out if it's good or bad by the label?
Darryl, that's what I'm telling you. Okay, there's so much out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you start paying attention, after a certain time, you say, well,
Mm-hmm.
you give up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But just go back to the simple things,
Mm-hmm.
the simple food. It might be hard,
Mm-hmm.
when you start out,
Mm-hmm.
but just go back to the simple stuff
Mm-hmm.
and start making your choices that way.
Mm-hmm.
Label stuff, I don't read labels.
Mm-hmm.
I know whenever I go to the store, I know what to pick.
Mm-hmm.
I pick it and I exit.
Mm-hmm.
So simplify things.
Mm-hmm.
When things are simple, when you simplify it the way I'm simplifying it, you get empowered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? When you understand it, you get empowered.
Mm-hmm.
So by keeping it simple, we use this phrase, keep it simple,
Mm-hmm.
By keeping it simple, then you're not confused. Just like I said, processed, unprocessed, processed, unprocessed.
Mm-hmm.
Just by keeping the basic,
Mm-hmm.
and you having access to controlling stuff that goes into this vessel, into this gift,
Mm-hmm.
then gradually you make that. You build your own food to fit your need. Whatever health goal you have, you've designed this food over 6 weeks that I gave, almost like an approximate time. You're able to, shortlist what you actually, put it into this vessel, into this body. So after that, you're almost like you have your own food that gives you that peak performance. Because there's also some food that you eat. You start wondering. I ate last night, and I slept about 6-7 hours, and I found it so hard to wake up. And when I woke up, my body aches. It's as if I haven't had enough sleep. Go back to what you ate last night. Some of those food gives you inflammation. You wake up with all those body aches, and oh my God, what happened? So subtle changes. But just like I said, it was almost, you got to sometimes break that house down and start all over again, just to have a solid foundation. Okay, build this tradition, this culture that I'm promoting. Build it, have it built on a solid foundation. With that quote by Hippocrates, have it built on this solid foundation. Okay, unbreakable foundation. It's gonna shake. Bro, it's not going to break. It was there 100 years ago. It's still here today. It's still speaking that truth. And then in the future, I can guarantee you, this quote will still stand. This is how I'm building myself. This is my foundation. This is my base. And I guarantee you, okay, it might take some time. Some changes. Oh, you're almost like flip-flopping, but stick with it.
Right, but canned versus, okay, they're going back because
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, because I'm assuming that my audience is like me. We're not always up on everything, and we're trying to find the right. So I want to be into the veggies. So I know vegetables are good for me. So I go there and I want to get some green beans. I want to get some green peas. I want to eat carrots. And I go to the shelf, and there they are on a can. It's easy for me to microwave because I have a microwave in there and stuff like that. So I'm buying these things in the can, but I'm looking at them and I'm knowing that there's
salt content.
But you got all these other chemicals. You got everything in the can doesn't say just corn or just carrot. They got all these other things inside of that. So what makes that not as good for me as I go over here and get some fresh stuff over here, and now they're telling me it's organic versus this, and so in that mark of trying to find it, all I want to do is eat some green beans because I got a taste for some green beans and some green peas, some carrots. How do I, meander through those things like that?
Just like I said, you can't eat your cake and have it. It's hard, okay, but you know the right thing, you know what's right, okay. It's processed. it's been sitting in that can for how much? Like they give you the expiration date.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Maybe 2 years in a can.
Okay, I got you. I got what's happening.
So it's you just got to make those subtle choices, those simple choices, and you will get there. And once you get there, you'll be so empowered.
Yeah, it's true. So let's talk about your clinic.
Okay.
Okay, give them some information on it, where you're located at, because, like I said, people out there always need a good pharmacist.
Exactly.
And they always need a good pharmacist that knows more about the business. So why don't you talk about a little bit about your spot and let's introduce that.
My spot, just like I said, I'm here in Los Angeles. Woo, we all love LA, right?
Right.
So I'm here in Los Angeles on Vermont. We're located on 1373 West 29th Street. Okay. So, and they can always Google. You want to reach me, just Google and you find me.
Right.
Okay.
What was the name of it?
Mecca Green, like we are making it green.
So spell it.
Mekagreen.
Okay, Mecca Green. Okay.
Yeah, Mecca Green. Okay. So it's a holistic practice. And our listeners, our viewers are welcome to visit. So we're creating that awareness. It's a message. It's a culture. It's a culture.
And the phone number there?
323-643-4240.
Okay, you guys, get your pencil.
Just Google it. You'll
write
find
it down, or but some people don't even know how to Google. See, we're trying to make it. We're just trying to make it cats like me.
But guess what? I'll be back soon.
Yeah. So, like I said, this is a show we've just started. So this is an opener, and then we'll be bringing this to them every other week. You'll be able to see Dr. Jude talk more into getting into detail of some things and taking some of your letters.
We're celebrating health.
Yeah,
from the inside out, mind, body, right?
Exactly. But like I said, so what we learned tonight is anything that's processed. Off the top, put that to the side.
I mean, just simplify it. Just put it aside. Think twice.
Meat or either meat or in the can. And if it's in a can, it's on the shelf life. You don't know how long the shelf life is, so something's got to be in there to make it last.
Because it's convenient doesn't mean it's good.
Right, but we're in the age of convenience in life.
Yeah, I know, but you just gotta make some choices.
Decisions,
wise decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's good for you may not be good for somebody else. And like I said, I like the way that you said put the log together. You start charting.
Specific. It's almost like you design it to fit your need.
Right. Okay.
Whatever health state that you currently have.
Right.
And whatever destination, health goal that you're trying to reach.
Right.
Design it, tweak it.
Right.
And also consult with your health caregiver, your doctors.
Exactly.
Make sure we're all on the same page. Because,
Yeah.
Well, like trying to work as a team.
Right. So listeners, we're telling you, we're not trying to take the place of your doctors. We're not telling you to fire your doctors and just come on and just do straight holistic. Holistic is not for everybody, you know what I'm saying? But those of you that are overloading and finding on the shelf that you're having 16 medications, something's wrong with that picture. And he's just trying to say there's something in the food that can help you maybe be more effective of changing your body and lifestyle changes that is needed, and you may not need 16 medications. Is that not correct?
So correct.
Right.
So correct. I have a lot of my patients that come, I don't even take this. They tell me secretly, I don't even take it. I say, you know what? Yeah, but do it this way, do it that way. It's not all the time, but also talk to your doctor and all that stuff. So a lot of times patients they've almost like lost confidence in what we do.
Right, exactly.
But I'm trying to tell them, you know what? No, don't lose confidence. You have a support system out there.
Right.
Reach out to me. I'll say, use me.
Yeah.
Plug this data, wherever you can. Just plug it for me and we'll be good. We're all on this journey, beautiful journey, celebrating health.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah. Health as well. And I appreciate you coming by, Dr. Jude. And give them one more time that information on how they can reach you. It's
Google Mecca Green, Mekagreen. Okay? Phone number 323-643-4240.
Okay.
What else? I think.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Every other week, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Health from the Inside Out.
Thank you.
I'm D Nice. We've been sitting there talking to Dr. Jude, and as he made quite prolific the point,
believe
health is wealth. And as long as you have your health, man, everything else, man, falls in line. So we appreciate you joining us and taking the time off today. And just learn how to start looking into what's good for you. What's good for you may not be good for me, may not be good for your significant others, but make sure that you're the one that's living to have another day.
Awesome.
We appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you listening. Hey, join us in 2 weeks. We'll be back for some more secrets from Dr. Jude Mecca Green. Thanks again for coming on.
Peace of mind, peace of body.
We'll see you next time.
Awesome.